Hello and welcome to class. Today is going to be a fun, energizing vinyasa flow practice. We're going to be doing a lot of single arm, side plank to starfish transitions, moving back and forth. So we're going to be working a lot on our balance, working on moving with control, building that inner stability, and most importantly, connecting deeply with our breath. I won't be using any props for class today, but I encourage you to use them if they help you in your own practice. Before we dive into this class, I would like to bring a little bit of attention to our community. You can check below in the description where you can jump in and join our community of over 3,000 people. So if you're interested in it, especially if you've been practicing with us on YouTube for quite some time, then check it out. 17 cents a day. You can join the lowest tier and still have access to dozens of amazing classes. If you're not in a place to support us financially, then of course just being here with us on YouTube in our community, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell, leaving comments, sharing the videos with your community and your friends, that's already such a huge help for us. So however you are here, however you're able to give and contribute, we are super, super grateful. All right, enough of all of that. Let's jump into class. We're going to start today in Balasana, child's pose. So find your way onto your mat, knees apart, send the hips down to the heels and walk the hands forward. Take a few deep breaths, feel your rib cage press into your legs. Your spine reaches a little bit longer. The crown of the head comes closer to the hands, and your whole body melts down into the ground as you surrender into this moment, into this space, into this breath. Start to engage your Ujjayi breath. Keep the lips sealed. You have that gentle sound of the ocean in the back of your throat. Try to keep Ujjayi breath going throughout your entire practice. Begin to lift up, come into a tabletop, blink open the eyes if you had them closed. Tuck the toes under, sit back on the heels, stretch out the feet. Come forward again, bring the fingertips to point towards the outside edge of your mat and the wrists just a couple inches away from each other. And start to make some big circles around the wrists. Switch directions on the circle. Moving slowly, already tapping into that awareness of how the body is feeling. You're not rushing, you're not jumping anything, you're really feeling all the sensations. Again, bring the hands forward. Fingertips pointing forward. And then we're going to keep the fingers down on the ground, but you're going to lift the palms up and then lift all the way up. Come on to the fingertips and then lower down halfway and then all the way. So lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now come onto the backs of the hands. The fingertips point towards the knees. Try to keep the arms straight and then begin to send the hips back to the heels. The wrists will probably lift off. That's fine. Maybe rock left and right. We're doing a little bit more of a wrist warm-up today since it is a pretty wrist-heavy class. So I can encourage, but I won't remind you throughout class. You can take wrist releases and take wrist breaks whenever you need. This practice is for you, not for me. You're here to help you in your own body, in your own breath. So just know that you're always in control. You can move in ways that feel good for you. You don't have to prove anything. In fact, you can probably just sit on your couch, watch this whole video, and I wouldn't even know. So it's for you. Take from it what you wish and modify accordingly. Sit back on the heels, shake out the wrists. Try to stay on the toes. Back to tabletop. Start to round the back, push the ground away, tuck the chin to the chest, and then lift the knees up just 1 inch. Turbo cat. So really straighten the arms. Push onto the inside part of the hand, so the base of the index finger, the base of the thumb. Hold here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank, step the feet back. And then lift the hips, downward dog. Pedal the legs, one leg at a time. Sway the hips left and right. And then find some stillness in your downward dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Come up high on the ball of the left foot. Shift forward, knee to right armpit. Inhale, bring it back, three-legged dog, big push. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the back, push the ground away. Inhale, lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left armpit. Hold. Extend the right leg underneath the body, starfish. Left heel lowers down, left arm reaches up over your head. Again, push the ground away. And then slowly lower the hips all the way down to the ground. We're coming into a seated forward straddle fold. So you're facing the back left corner of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, chest comes forward to any degree. Hands come down to the ground. Start to walk the fingertips forward. Flex the feet, the toes point up towards the sky, and relax the head. 3 breaths here. Walk your hands back towards your hips. We're going to reverse out of that the same way we came in, back to starfish. Right hand comes to the top of the mat, and inhale, lift the hips up. Left arm up over your head first, and then follow that big circle. Left palm comes down to the mat, side plank on the left. So now in this side plank, I'd really like you to focus on the hips. So usually you'll send the hips back behind you and it makes it easier. I'd like you to bring the hips forward so that you're really almost like you're in a plank, like a straight line from your heels all the way through the body. Okay? Right arm reaches up towards the sky and extend and reach. Push the ground away. I know that's a lot on the left hand. You can do it. Last breath. Bend the right knee, step the right foot to the top of the mat, come into crescent lunge. Both arms reach up overhead. Slight bend in the left knee. Set the hips low. Pyramid pose. Step that back foot up about halfway on the mat. Back foot is 45 degrees out. Little bend in the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt forward over the right leg. Shift forward, warrior three prep. Left leg floats up and back. Left foot is flexed as if you're standing against the back wall. A little micro bend in the right knee. And really lengthen the spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And now cross your left ankle behind the right. For a crossed leg forward fold, keep a little bend in both knees. Pay special attention to your left leg, back left leg. Try not to overdo it here. And then bring your left palm all the way down to the ground. Start to bend your right leg. Slide the left foot out off your mat for what we are now calling the A-frame pose. So left palm is down, right fingertips up towards the sky. So it might look a little bit different for you. Maybe the leg is farther out or back or up or down. Legs straight, legs bent. All good. What we're looking for here is a stretch on our outer right hip, mainly. A few other things as well, but that's the main sensation that you're searching for. Release from A-frame, we're gonna come back into starfish. So left palm comes all the way down to the ground. Keep your left foot where it's at. Reach your right arm up over your head to counterbalance the weight, and then step your right foot up and over the left leg to the back of the mat. Starfish on the other side. Lift the hips up high, engage the glutes. Reach that right arm up over your head. And then side plank on the right. So release and switch. Right palm comes down, left arm up to the sky. We'll do 5 hip dips here. So you could either stay on the right wrist, you can come down onto your elbow, you could either keep the leg straight, or you can kickstand one leg. So either way, we're gonna lower the hips down and lift them up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch, side plank to the left. Left palm comes down, right arm up. Lift the right leg up off the left. Bend the right leg, step it to the top of the mat. Coming into a seated twist, bring that left knee to the outside of the right foot. Set the hips down. Start to twist over to your right. You're gonna grab onto your right leg with your left arm. And bring the right fingertips behind you. Sit nice and tall. And then exhale into the twist. Release the twist. Make your way into either pigeon in the front of the mat, pigeon pose, or 90-90. I prefer 90-90. You can do whatever you'd like. Either way, left leg is forward, right leg is back. If you're taking 90-90, then both legs are in 90-degree angles. Once you're there, start to walk the fingertips forward, and the chest comes down over the left leg. Again, to any degree. And if you took pigeon, be extra careful here with your left knee. Make sure that you're flexing your left foot so that you're engaging the ligaments in the left knee, really protecting the knee. I know we could probably stay here for 10 minutes, or maybe not, but we're gonna move out. Start to walk your hands back. After all, this is an energizing flow, right? We gotta keep moving. Bring your left heel close to the hips, and then again, come back to that seated twist, same way we came into this. So bring your right leg forward, and from this seated twist, you're gonna continue to face forward. We're gonna make our way into warrior three. So see if you can do it without using your hands, and slowly make your way into warrior three, standing on the right foot. Palms together, hands at the heart. Straight line from the left heel to the crown of the head. Release chair pose. Set the hips low, arms reach up over your head. And straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And step the feet back, high plank. Shift forward, up onto the toes. Bend the arms, chaturanga. Shoulders do not come lower than the elbows. Press it back up, high plank. Downward dog. Start to roll forward through the spine all the way to upward dog. Stay on the toes. Engage the glutes. Gaze straight ahead. Stay on the toes. Chaturanga. Bend the arms. Push it up, high plank. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left armpit. Round the back, push the ground away. Inhale, big lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to right armpit. Pause here. Extend the leg under the body, starfish. Right arm up over your head. Big breath. And exhale, lower the hips all the way down. Make your way into butterfly pose. This time we're facing the back right corner of the mat. Bring the feet together. Decide what distance feels good for you with the heels either closer to the hips or farther away. Either way. Sit nice and tall. And then exhale, start to come forward over the legs. We're here for 3 breaths. So make each breath count. Slow it down. Release. Again, straighten the legs. Back to that straddle. And back to starfish. Left palm comes to the top of the mat. Lift the hips up. Right arm reaches up over your head. And then right palm comes down to the ground. Side plank on the right. We're here for about 30 seconds. So really take the time to clean this up. Make this pose the best it can be. I know it's challenging, but you can do it. Lift the left foot up off the right. Bend the left knee. Step the foot to the top of the mat. Crescent lunge. Release, pyramid pose. Step that right foot to the mid-mat. Back foot is a little bit angled out. A little bend in the left knee. And melt down over the left leg. Shift forward, warrior 3 prep. Lower the right hip down so it's about the same height as the left. Keep that right leg as straight as you can. Soften the breath. Cross the right ankle behind the left. And forward fold. Just a couple breaths here. Bring the right palm all the way down to the mat. And then slide your right foot off the mat for A-frame pose. The left arm reaches up to the sky. Feel free to bend and straighten your left leg so you can really explore the sensation and that stretch in the left hip. Gaze comes down to the right hand. Your palm is fully down on the mat, so you have good stability here. And then step your left foot up and over, starfish. Reach your left arm up over your head to counterbalance the weight. Once you're in starfish, we're going to switch over, side plank on the left. Left palm comes down, stack the feet. And again, we'll be doing 5 hip dips here. So your choice, down on the elbow or kickstand the leg. Let's do it. Lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. Switch, side plank on the right. Left knee comes to the chest, step to the top of the mat. Seated twist. Right knee comes outside the left ankle and set the hips down. Take your time moving into that. Go easy. It's not a race. Grab onto the left leg with the right arm and reach back with the left fingertips. Find a twist that feels good in your body and slow down the breath. Release the twist. Keep your right leg down and forward. You're going to bring your left leg back, either to pigeon or to 90-90. I will again take 90-90. I recommend that you stick with the same pose you did on the first side. So if you took pigeon the first time, take pigeon again now. Or if you took 90-90, take 90-90 again. Once you're ready, lengthen the spine, big inhale. And exhale, come down over the right leg. With the help of the arms, push the ground away. Make your way back into that seated twist. So the right ankle is going to come close to the hips, and you'll bring that left leg forward. And again, back to warrior 3, maybe without using the hands. Give it a try. If you fall, it's all good. Just stay safe. Laugh it off. This is all just a form of practice, developing the awareness of the mind and how we react, how much love we can continue to give ourselves in moments where we feel like we're falling. That's where the self-love is the most important. Release warrior 3, chair pose. This time, step the feet apart, hip distance, arms reach up overhead. Release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands, step the feet back, high plank. Shift forward, high on the toes. Chaturanga. Press it up, high plank. Downward dog. Stay on the toes, roll through the spine all the way to upward dog. Engage the glutes, gaze straight ahead. Keep the feet where they're at. Bend the arms, chaturanga. Push it up, high plank. Downward dog. Step, float, or handstand the feet forward into Malasana pose. Yogi squat. Feet come outside the hands. Set the hips as low as it's comfortable for you. And let's do a little wrist release. So bring the palms together and then start to roll onto the backs of the hands. And then back forward to the palms. So let's do a couple circles in each direction. Great. Set the hips down. Bring the hands behind you. Make your way into a reverse tabletop. And if this is already too much on the wrists, by keeping the fingertips pointing towards the heels, you can also rotate the wrists out so the fingertips are pointing to the back, or you can even take fists with the hands. So take whatever variation feels good for you. Lift the hips up. Engage the glutes. Lift the hips a little higher. Last breath. And lower all the way down. And then lower your back onto the ground. Do 2 rounds of back bend. So I will be doing bridge both times, but I would like everyone to do the bridge the first round, and then this, you're welcome to. So for bridge, lift hips up, engage the glutes. You could either keep your hands down on the ground, or you can start to bring the hands together, interlace them behind your back. And if you do, then you can tuck the arms underneath, sort of behind the shoulder blades. And this also offers an additional wrist release. Release the hands if you had them held. Reach the arms up over the head. Lift the heels and lower all the way down. Try to keep a little bit of a back heels. And now we'll do the second round. So you can either take bridge again with me, or you can take wheel pose. So if you take wheel up, if you're taking bridge, you already know the way. We're here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you took bridge, you know how to release. If you took wheel, slowly start to bend the arms and let your shoulders touch down first, and then roll down through the spine. Great. So now we're all here in this position, arms overhead. Wiper one knee at a time. And then you're going to roll on the side and then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. So either cross-legged or hero's pose or thunderbolt, whatever you get most comfortable in as you're sitting here. So place your hands on your knees, palms facing down or up, and gently close down the eyes. Take a moment here to be grateful that you had another day to wake up, to move in your body, to be present, to be aware, to be full of love. And I'll let you stay here in silence for this last minute of class. But I do encourage you to stay longer in meditation if you can. You also have the option to lay down into Shavasana. But for this next minute, while I'm still here with you, I would like you to simply focus on being aware of the breath. You can think in your mind or repeat, I am inhaling, I am exhaling. I am inhaling, I am exhaling. And even more simply, you can just think as you inhale, in, exhale, out, in, out, in, out. And I will leave you here today. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, for being here in this community with Flo and myself. We are so grateful to have you. We're sending you all our love from this side of the internet to yours. Namaste, Yogi.